BMW is undoubtedly kicking themselves right now, while Mercedes-Benz just spent $90 million on Coco Gauff. This isn't your typical endorsement agreement. Mercedes is making it clear to all of their rivals that they have captured the world's most valuable young athlete. The timing makes it even better, and the figures are crazy. Do you believe Mercedes was always going to pay more, or do you think BMW regrets letting Coco go? Leave a comment with your response. $90 million. Mercedes-Benz just paid Coco Gauff that amount over a period of 7 years. Let's be clear before somebody begins saying things like that's too much for a tennis player. This is no longer about tennis. This is about making a statement so loud that your rivals can't ignore it, as well as cultural power and worldwide reach. Mercedes embarrassed BMW in addition to signing Coco. This is what makes this narrative so delicious. Coco was first for BMW. Everyone believed that the deal they signed her to was revolutionary. She was driving BMWs to competitions. Grand Slam broadcasts included commercials. From the outside, everything appeared flawless, but behind the scenes, everything were collapsing. Rumor has it that BMW didn't completely comprehend what they had. Rather of acknowledging Coco as a cultural phenomenon, they treated her like any other athlete to put their logo on. Creative distinctions began to emerge. BMW desired conventional advertising. Coco wanted to discuss social issues and sustainability. BMW desired her reputation. Coco desired a collaboration where her opinions were genuinely valued. The announcement of the breakup was mutual, which is business jargon indicating one side's desire to leave and the other's inability to prevent it. Coco was the one who pulled the plug, as everyone with half a brain knew. She had no intention of remaining in a relationship where she was merely a lovely face for advertisements. She wanted a company that will genuinely support her on the matters that are important to her. Mercedes-Benz steps in, prepared to take note of BMW's errors and take complete control of the situation. Mercedes had been observing the entire situation. They are not foolish. When they witnessed BMW mishandling one of the most lucrative sports sponsorship chances, they pounced like vultures on a corpse. But in this instance, BMW's ego was the carcass. Following the US Open, Mercedes executives took a plane to New York to meet with Coco's team. They also didn't make a shoddy offer. They were ready to make this the best transaction of the decade. $90 million over a period of 7 years. A fleet of vehicles at her disposal. Creative command of her campaigns. Sustainability initiatives that she would personally oversee. Most significantly, they offered her more than just a face in the advertisements, a seat at the table. That's what distinguishes a legendary endorsement from a decent one. Coco's desires went beyond money. She desired power. She desired to participate in the process of making decisions. Instead of just selling automobiles, she wanted to use this platform to genuinely change the world. Additionally, Mercedes provided her with everything that BMW declined to offer. The announcement was expertly planned. Mercedes pulled out a black EQS into the courtside plaza, while Coco was already in Beijing for a competition. She appeared to be the owner of the entire automotive sector as she emerged wearing a white and silver outfit. The cameras went nuts. The headlines were self-written. "We just made the biggest mistake of our corporate lives because this deal isn't just about Coco driving nice cars and appearing in commercials," BMW must have thought as they saw it. Mercedes is placing a wager on the future of their whole brand. For many years, premium automakers targeted elite sportsmen or well-groomed celebrities who met certain criteria. Roger Federer and Tiger Woods were examples of individuals who stood for greatness and tradition without necessarily advocating for societal change. Coco stands for something very different. She is genuine. She is a vocal advocate for social justice. She has a connection with Generation Z that traditional athletes would never have. Mercedes recognizes her as a cultural force in addition to a tennis champion, something BMW seems unable to do. This deal has enormous global ramifications. Tennis is becoming incredibly popular in China, as unprecedented numbers of people watch Coco's matches on television. Mercedes has gained immediate reputation in the world's fastest-growing premium car sector. Coco is already a household name in the US that goes beyond sports. Mercedes is making it clear to BMW and all other rivals in Europe that they are no longer messing around. Additionally, the sustainability aspect is excellent. As part of the $90 million arrangement, Coco will spearhead environmental initiatives related to the Mercedes electric car line. The EQS is more than just a high-end vehicle. It is their flagship electric car. Coco's role as the initiative spokesperson helps Mercedes reach younger, eco-aware customers who are interested in more than simply horsepower and luxurious upholstery. BMW must be quite ill at the moment. Because they were unable to get out of their own way, they blew this very opportunity. Rather than creating a concept around Coco, they wanted her to fit into their vision. That is outdated thinking in a modern environment. Athletes who fit Coco's description have choices and aren't scared to leave companies that don't value them. According to Forbes, this was one of the biggest athlete brand deals of the decade. According to Bloomberg, the announcement caused the Mercedes brand valuation to soar by billions of dollars. It's not exaggerated. That is the real reaction of the market to Mercedes acquiring Coco. In the meantime, shareholders questioned BMW about how they allowed this to occur. The sports community responded as one might anticipate. In a supportive post, Serena Williams praised Coco for influencing her career both on and off the court and described it as a power move. According to Naomi Osaka, this went beyond tennis and signified a significant shift in the way athletes handle endorsements. Since this is what occurs when someone closes a deal this size, other players immediately began using Coco's agreement as leverage in their own discussions. It elevates everyone's standards. Historically, female athletes have received much less money for sponsorships than male athletes. Coco is on par with the top names in sports, regardless of gender, thanks to her $90 million contract with Mercedes. That's advancement. And it occurred as a result of Coco's refusal to accept anything less than her true value. The response on social media was excellent. Memes of Coco passing past the BMW headquarters in her Mercedes were being shared by fans. She was being hailed as a role model who is succeeding on and off the court. The detractors attempted to argue that she is overpaid or that tennis doesn't deserve these kinds of deals, but others who are aware of the true situation overpowered them. There is more to this than just tennis. This relates to the impact of culture. Connecting with audiences that traditional advertising is unable to reach is the goal here. In a time when customers can detect phony corporate messaging from a distance, authenticity is crucial. All of that is delivered via Coco. Mercedes was also astute enough to spot it. However, the pressure that comes with $90 million is genuine. The stakes are now bigger for every campaign, appearance, and game that Coco participates in. There are high expectations. However, Coco addressed that in interviews, stating that she doesn't care about the numbers. It has to do with impact. She hopes to leave behind more than simply awards. Mercedes initially wanted to give her $90 million because of this mentality. This deal's timing couldn't be more ideal. Coco was competing in the WTA finals in Riyadh just a few weeks after signing. There were Mercedes emblems all over the place. The courtside signage, her kit. Every broadcast was basically a Mercedes advertisement, but because of Coco's performance, it didn't feel forced. Wearing Mercedes insignia, she appeared dominant and was winning matches. You cannot purchase that type of organic marketing. However, Mercedes only recently paid $90 million for it. During the Riyadh finals, the first significant advertising campaign was released. Coco driving an EQS through neon-lit streets. With a voiceover about taking control of your own future, there is a racket bag in the rear seat. The advertisement went viral right away.